Now it's like, before it was like, oh, it's a cost, and I'm not trying to put them any more cost and try to appear to be upselling them on something that is, that they don't need, right? And then all of a sudden they go through this, and it's like, damn, man, like, I should have pushed these topics more with the clients. So now whenever I do talk about it, it's not even an issue to me.
Right. No,
it's like,
it should,
or at least you make the decision, not me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what we don't want to be is in a situation where we didn't ask.
Yeah.
I should have asked. I should have said something.
Right.
And that's not the position I want to be in. That's not why I got into this industry. I want to be there to protect people. Like I said from the very beginning of this segment here, is I want to make sure that if a family trusts me to insure their assets, right? The biggest asset is yourself. The biggest asset.
Yeah, really, right? Because you're the income.
Think about it, right? Tell me if you had a machine right there and you spun the machine and it just spat out money, right? Every other week it spat out money. Are you insuring that machine?
Hell yeah.
That machine is you.
Right, yeah.
Right? So why not get insurance on yourself to make sure that we're properly protecting your family?
I'm a big advocate and proponent of buying life insurance. I have insurance myself, and even to get more. I don't want to get too far into that space, but like at the same time, I want people to know that, like, hey, that's something you got to visit, and even if you got to get the little bit or whatever you can. But if you're and everybody's situation is different, right? Yeah. Not everybody. If like your house is already paid off and you've got everything's paid off and maybe you don't need that much coverage. You'll
never need zero though. I'm a strong believer that you'll never need zero. Because even if your house paid on, if maybe you're older, then we could talk about how do we transfer wealth tax-free. It's a whole other segment we can get into.
Yeah.
But at no point, I'm a strong believer of this, at no point, nobody will ever need zero life insurance. Maybe if you're Jeff Bezos, sure, okay.
But even that guy, I'm sure he does because they probably cover...
Because he's smart and he knows, yeah.
Well, I think at some point you insure like what you said, you're insuring your income, not so much you're insuring yourself. But what you've built in life, and you have assets, you have debts, you have liabilities, and sometimes it's to your shareholders. Like Bezos has a responsibility to his shareholders.
Yeah.
If he goes away, they're going to lose a ton of money.
Right.
Because he's the head of that.
Right.
And now you're like, he has to. I'm sure those people, he has a big policy on them just because.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it's done. Of course.
Yeah. See, there's like a CEO policy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Key man.
There you go. Yeah. Key man policy, exactly what it's called. So like that's a big topic, So insurance is definitely the number one thing. Man, what about you, man? How have you been? Like just on
life's a little crazy. But again, I'm just there for my clients and helping them navigate these choppy waters, man, because it's not easy right now, from either side. I know I came on this on your podcast kind of guns blazing about like we gotta change the legislation here, and I get it from a consumer standpoint. Like everything has gone up, everything. So insurance is just one of those things that have gone up, right? But if you actually look deep into it, let alone someone who's in the industry, like we need those rate increases, and if it's not just for keeping the insurance market in California, because what we don't want the FAIR plan to be our primary choice.
I think the biggest argument that we're going to see there is, people are arguing about cost of gas going up.
Everything is going up.
Gas goes up $1, everybody loses their mind.
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? And and you know what? When money's tight, what are you going to do? Gas goes up $1, like you're what do you call it? That you can't make it to work.
Right.
So it's a real thing.